Hi everyone, welcome to Create Talks. This is our first video for 2019. So the crux of this video was actually based on a question that I asked on Instagram. So I asked my friends on Instagram about what would they like to hear more about. Is it about vocational education or entrepreneurial education? So the votes went more for the entrepreneurial education. So that's what I want to talk about today. And entrepreneurial education is one of the things that I've been thinking about since we started Create, and we are expanding and wanting to do more for the community at large. And as I was having this conversation with a lot of friends, and one of my friends in Jakarta actually brought so much light to this topic that I've been thinking about. So she knows what I do and I know what she does in Jakarta. So we were talking about it. And one of the things she said really hit home. She mentioned that, sometimes Devi, studying ABCD and academic stuff is not what the kids need at this point. Sometimes it's something else, sometimes it's livelihood. And I was like, yeah, oh my god, that is so true. Some of the kids that she has taught in some areas in Jakarta, she mentioned that they come to the tutorial school, they study, they do what they can, only up to a certain age. Like they maybe go through grade 6 and then that's it. And after that they have lost interest, or they don't want to continue further because they need to go work for their family, and that's needed, right? And who are we to tell them that they cannot work for their family? And that's livelihood for them. It is important, and therefore they are only going to study like the bare minimum, and then to them it's no, I gotta get back to work because I rather go out work and get that amount for the family than having to study. Sometimes they cannot afford it and it's not their fault. So yes, so that kind of got me thinking, and it's like, that is true. And then she said, sometimes it's not always needed. Maybe this generation of kids don't have to do things academically. They need something one up, and a business idea, or get them to see the value of education via other means. And then once this generation is able to get out of the poverty cycle, and then they will encourage the next generation to okay, you go one up and then do the next thing. So sometimes what we do may not benefit the kids directly. I mean, they do benefit, but maybe our purpose or our vision has to go more than just this generation of kids. Maybe it's about the bigger picture. And I was thinking about it, and that's what I wanted to ask friends around. So for those who are watching this video, please feel free to comment about how you feel, how important entrepreneurial education is. Like, to me, I feel like entrepreneurial education in Singapore, it's nothing new. Actually, we have had specks of it all around our education system. I feel it is not deliberately thought as entrepreneurship or anything like that. But back in my school days, I think when I was in secondary school a good 15-16 years ago, can't remember whether Sec 2 or Sec 3, but I remember we had something called the YEP in school. So fellow Sudarians, if you remember this, you might be able to comment. We had something called the Youth Entrepreneurship Program. So this was tied up with the art, home economics, and the DNT. So basically we were supposed to, as a class, decide on what product that we're going to do. So in a class, you start delegating the work, and then you start thinking of the product, you start thinking of the design, and then you start thinking of how we're going to package it, how much we're going to sell it for, and then there'll be like a fair or during recess time or something along those lines, and then you sell the product. So there is the sales involved, there is bargaining involved, there is PR with your customers involved in all that. So actually that was kind of an experience that stuck with me. Like, you see, it's been like 15-16 years and I still remember it, though not extremely well, but I still remember it. And I think yes, so in Singapore it's not very different. We do have that kind of experiences around our schools and in little projects that they do, but I think that we can go further, because what my friend said, friend in Jakarta said that sometimes children put education as secondary and work as priority, because that's what's needed. And that's true. If they are working for their necessity, we cannot say no to that. I mean, that's how we all go to work. Like, it's necessity for us. And we were blessed with a support system, and some children are not. So how can we make their desire to earn, put it together with education? Because I think entrepreneurial education gives you the opportunity to learn, whether it's learn mathematics or learn life skills or learn computer skills, anything for that matter, but still able to sort of run a business and learn entrepreneurship through this. So it's one of those things that I would like to work on. So anyone who's interested, please feel free to message. Thank you, guys.